APC is going to do its own convention. When we do that convention, there are going to be some disagreement. People that want to stay will stay. People that want to leave are going to leave. Let's be certain about that. And we have seen that the remnant of PDP probably are going to join the ship. If Wike is going to be able to have his way, they are going to jump the ship.
Thank you for joining us on the show this morning. Honorable Mola Aloyi, good to have you again.
Thank you for having me, Samson. I'm very grateful for you, to you for having me here today. And for people who are watching us at home, I say good morning to you.
All right. Peter Obi made a statement yesterday, and he was clear about his ambition. And if you check the ADC as we speak, there are quite a number of people who would love to contest for the biggest office in Nigeria, which is the presidency. Rotimi Amechi made his intentions known a long time ago. Atibuku Abubakar has been there before now. And you also have Peter Obi, who joined the party not too long ago. And he has been clear, I'm not going to be vice president for anyone. So what does that say? Is there a realignment about to take place within the ADC and some other political parties in Nigeria as we speak?
For now, I don't think so.
Will this cause a tremor in all other political parties?
Seriously, I mean, the political party, other political party, the way I know, is not that they are going to have a kind of formation with ADC. All of them have stood on their own. They are just looking for a way that when there is going to be fracas or going to be disagreement or crisis between other political parties, like we are talking about PDP, we are talking about likely APC or ADC as we talk, who is being bewildered with a lot of different problems, crises at this moment. So I think the other political parties are looking for a way whereby others can be able to join them. So it is not that other political parties are going to be join ADC for now, but with the ambition of those who are the real titan in ADC, how they are going to be able to trust themselves. That is what is what is going to what you are going to be looking at, and how they are going to survive this fact in uncontrollable ambition. You talk about ideology. I don't think a lot of in ADC. I don't think they have that kind of ideology. All they have is ambition.
Okay.
And ambition can be very dangerous when it's not all going to be curtailed.
When talking about coalition, people often mention the ADC even before the PDP at this time. So what's the secret? What does the ADC currently have that other parties do not have that makes them to look like the rallying point for coalition in Nigeria?
I think first the alphabetical order that ADC's place is one of the first thing. Like we knew what these the people that came to ADC right now say, because they really want to be the first on the ballot, so they can be able to know how they are going to convince people. They don't want to be the last. They don't want to be on the 4th or 5th or even about 20 or 30. They believe people are not going to be able to look beyond those. They believe people are just going to look at the top and when they see ADC. And ADC from time where it is been like we had that it was established by Obasanjo. Now one give it a kind of leverage as well. So for now, I think because it's going to be probably the first in the ballot.
So how would you rate the current ADC internal structure and its ability to accommodate high-profile decampees while maintaining party discipline and the structure itself?
The problem with the structure is that those people who are there are always looking for where they are going to be able to arrange themselves. So those who are there, they don't want to leave. They can see. For me, it's a cheat as well for somebody just to keep because they have that inordinate ambition to hijack the structure from those people who are there. They ought to have negotiated with them. They ought to have know how they are going to set a kind of convention, if it's going to be mini convention, because it's been stipulated in the Constitution of Nigeria. It is not only the main convention you can have. You can have any mini convention at any point in time, probably 2 years, probably it might be 2 years, you might reduce it to a year if you like, but they don't do this. It was just about resignation and putting some people in different political office in those office being held by former ADC. I think that is why they are fighting. I think it's unfair. I think it's unconstitutional what they did to those people who are on ground before they came.
Will there be long-term party unity, especially with the executives of the party who were there before the emergence of Rauf Aregbesola, Senator David Mark, and so many other people who came to take over the party? There were issues of hijack. Some made claims that the party was hijacked from them. Now, will we have a repeat, or maybe a court case that will be resurrected, if I may use that word, in the long run, that might cause disunity within the ADC?
And there's so many court cases.
Just like what we saw yesterday, a new court ruling on the PDP giving power to the Wike-led PDP and saying, look, we want to have our own Congress, and that will happen in Abuja. So are we likely to see such thing happening in the ADC?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because the power of justice is always swing, and it can swing to the right and swing to the left at any point in time. That is one thing about when you are talking about the judiciary. And these people have legitimate right, whether you like it or not, to be able to take them to court in order to be able to reclaim their mandate. Because it is supposed to be, they're supposed to go to the field. These are the people that are campaigning for democracy, and I don't think they have shown people intention that they are soon authoritarian system.
But they were members of your political party before now.
It is not.
So what's the difference now?
The difference now is that when APC is being formed, it went through normal processing. It was not hijacked from anybody. There are crises on the way, but they really sat down to know how they are going to resolve it. But this time around, we have heard that even the ADP they are talking about is being considered for registration. They don't want to wait. APC wait for probably about 2 years before it can be formed and before it can be registered. We all knew what happened. These are a coalition of people who came together, just went to hijack a political party. And it is not done. It is not right. They might win at the end of the day. But those people who are the executive before have the right to challenge it in the law court. So they knew that if it doesn't swing to their favor, they are still having that ADP pending they can be able to go to.
As it stands, with the current situation as of this morning, is the ADC the third or the second force in Nigeria?
I think for now, they are the second force right now. Because despite the fact that they don't have so many members, and they don't have elected representative that much, probably some few of them who have left Labour Party to join them. We have not seen anybody from the ruling party joining ADC right now, being disgruntled and joining ADC. We don't know tomorrow, but for now, we have not seen that. And we have seen probably 1 or 2 PDP members who has joined them as well. So for that, they are still the second largest party in Nigeria. But they have not been doing their work the way they're supposed to do, because they have been bewildered with different internal crises and pending court cases. Probably that is what is challenging them not to know what they are saying. Some of their members who are speaking different things are saying what is not logical. You can imagine Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola saying that governor of the state is not a yardstick to win an election. I think it's a joke. Because the governor of the state has a kind of negotiating power.
He only has 1 vote.
It is not about what he has a negotiating power.
Don't you consider Rauf Aregbesola to be right?
How does he right?
The governor cannot openly.
It is not about being openly. It's about because he has a lot of
He cannot force anyone to cast their vote for another political party.
People cannot be forced.
But he can vote on his own.
People cannot be forced, but still people can be convinced. That is what is happening. We have lost election as a APC member in Oyo State, despite that we are ruling. But a governor of the state has a lot of influence, a dynamic influence. It's about people want hope, and a governor of the state can give people hope, unlike those who are coming that you don't even know what they are going to do. So governors of the state has a lot of influence when you are talking about election, and a lot of them uses it as well.
So some people believe Peter Obi's announcement yesterday, his declaration was to keep his obedient movement in check, in line, so that going into the next election, he knows that DC has a number of them right behind him. But some are saying this is just a way to keep them in line because he knows that he might likely not get the ticket in the ADC. But as it stands, do you think Peter Obi stands a chance of getting the presidential ticket in the ADC? And the ADC has been a little bit silent about if they are zoning, if there was going to be a primary election. There's been a little bit of silence. Do you think that might just be a ticking time bomb?
It's a ticking time bomb. Let me tell you, I must be sincere with you because with the formation of these people that came together, it is not about trust. It's about ambition. And when you have that kind of inordinate ambition, you can do anything you want at any point in time. You can withdraw at any point in time. So they are just being bounded together by ambition. It is not by ideology. Now, we have seen Kwankwaso being waiting behind the scene. He has not joined APC, he has not joined ADC, and he has made his intention to be known to the people that he's been given a vice president ticket or a presidential ticket.
Would that happen in the APC for Kwankwaso?
No, that is past already. Him being given that chance is past because he doesn't have what it takes to get about 20% stake in APC and being given a vice presidential ticket and being promised 2031 presidential ticket. That is not going to be happening. He can be able to negotiate that whenever he wants, but he's not going to have that free meal. He has he doesn't have that power. But when you are talking about Obi can still have an alliance with Kwankwaso. He has the best chance to have an alliance with Kwankwaso, and I think he has kept that door open at any point in time because we still have time. APC is going to do his own convention. When we do that convention, there are going to be some disagreement. People that want to stay will stay. People that want to leave are going to leave. Let's be certain about that. And we have seen that the remnant of PDP probably are going to join the ship. If Wike is going to be able to have his way, they are going to jump the ship. And when they jump the ship, they are going to go somewhere. And that option is still left open. They might not go to ADC. They might go to any other party that they can be able to have those influence. So with Kwankwaso, with Obi, and all those remaining governors, there can be any surprises at any point in time.
So with Kwankwaso and Peter Obi in the same political party, Peter Obi as the presidential candidate, Kwankwaso as the vice presidential candidate, will they be a threat to the APC?
They can be a threat to any political party. That is an assurance.
How much of an influence does Kwankwaso have in the Northwest?
In the Northwest, I don't think he has that much. The last election have shown that how many NDC seats does he have? He's even having that problem within the party.
He won in Kano with Abba Yusuf.
There's nothing wrong with that. You cannot take it all. One political party is not going to take every part of Nigeria, every nuclear criminal of Nigeria. It's not that. It's not good. That is not democracy. That is autocracy. But a situation we are going to have whereby the people of Nigeria are going to have the right to choose wherever they want to go at any point in time. If they are being bullied or if they are being lord upon by a political party, that is what we need. It is not when we have a single political party controlling all the stake in Nigeria. So we must be able to give democracy a chance. But a lot of people in Nigeria are not having that ideology. They just have ambition just to get into power at a point in time.
Some people have preached Peter Obi to be the best of all. They have preached to him to be the candidates that everyone should be looking out for. But as it stands, where do you place Peter Obi as a candidate in the presidential elections?
The beautiful thing about politics is that any secret you have is going to come out, whether you like it or not. Peter Obi's weakness has been advocated so many times, and he has even gulped so many times. He has said things, he just lie all the time.
So he made a statement that old politicians are the issues with Nigeria. That Nigeria is not poor. It's the issue about the old politicians. Is he right? That
is part of the senseless thing we can be able to hear. Because how can you say old politicians are not good for Nigeria? Where do you see new politicians every time? We are talking about developed world as well. a lot of them are old politicians who have even governed to, righteously. We are talking about even, let's give an example of the United States of America. Trump is an old politician, but his ideology is different because he just lies to the people all the time. We have seen the crisis that is happening in the world and happening in the United States because people gullibly follow in to what a kind of dream they cannot never have. When you are talking about politics, politicians are realists. They talk the truth to power. They don't need to sell things that is not going to happen to you. So when we are talking about Peter Obi have gone off so many times and is still lying to Nigeria. But with what he has as his baggages, it's only obedient that are going to be able to accept him. Any other person are not going to accept with what Obi has done as Anambra State Governor.
What did he do as Anambra State Governor?
We have seen a lot of where he has invested in Anambra money in his own particular bank. We have seen how he uses Anambra money to invest in his company. We have seen so many things.
That was an investment. An honest investment.
Investment. Probably you as a journalist have not read.
Which made money for Anambra State Government.
It is clash of interest.
He left money in the coffers of the state government.
It is not about you living, it is about your impact on the people. He was the one that gave back to school to the missionaries. That is irresponsible. He is not responsible. You must be able to be responsive and responsible when you are talking about. He has been talking about other geopolitical zones when there is crisis. He has never talked about where he comes from and the allegation of killing that happened in Anambra State when he was the governor, when they see so many dead on the river, in the river. He has not done that. Peter Obi can be able to criticize people, and he has never defended himself when he has done what is wrong. When you become a governor supposed to resign if he's a chairman of the company, he's supposed to resign. Because whatever you do to your company is going to be class of interest. It's illegal. It's criminal. What Obi did in Anambra with Anambra money is criminal. It should be penalized. But because we are not having that fortified judicial system, that is why it's going to be, he was able to get away with it.
But all of this you have said, he was never found guilty of any of it.
No, because then it was the PDP government who are ready to protect him and are good when it's come to corruption. That is why Obi is able to go scot-free. He should be able to pronounce. He should be in jail right now. Nobody knows that in the constitution of Nigeria, you cannot collect from the central or from the state because the money that goes to the state comes from the central. If you are a retiree and you are an elected member, whether councillor, whether chairman, whether house of rep, whether governor, whatever you are, you cannot collect your salary. What Saraki did, he should have been put in jail. You must leave one for the other. You cannot collect both at the same time. Thank God we have democracy and we are practicing it. And there are the challenges and ignorance some people add the way they are doing things are being exposed right now.
ADC is being considered as a credible alternative by some people. If the ADC is to build a coalition around Peter Obi, so how much of a threat will that be for the sitting government?
So we have said that intellectually Obi is lazy. That he doesn't have what it takes.
But he reels out statistics about China, about Taiwan, Vietnam, and some other countries.
As he practiced,
he must have read.
Did he practice it when he was in Anambra State as an Anambra State governor? A governor of Anambra State, as a governor, he didn't have local government election for all the 8 years he was being elected. And you are saying he's a Democrat.
What if there were court cases pending?
It is not about court cases pending. Court cases are going to be stopped whether you like it or not. It is only Obi that did that throughout Nigeria. No governor has ever done that. The worst would have has never done that. He conducted local government election. Despite the fact that for so long he didn't conduct it. He still conducted local government election. Now, Obi should be able to raise it for challenge. Why do you think United States of America is being called the place of Democrat, because right from the primary level, every member contributed to how a person is going to be elected, whether you are a governor, whether you are a president. Throughout those, and you are talking about a place that a population of almost 400 million people. That is US. And people, because we are talking about what life is all about. It's about data system. We have internet. Now, what APC is doing by membership drive registration, we are going to see what is going to happen in the nearest future, because this is the basis for us to be able to choose the whoever we want.
Lastly, before we go, does membership registration guarantee victory in the election, even with the numbers?
It helps. It helps a lot. That is why you have never seen in the history of the United States the way people voted during the time of Trump. Because people came out en masse. They registered for the political party they want, and when Democrats saw the way people are driving to register for Republican, they do their membership drive in a very unique way. People even voted early because they don't want to be caught out, and they don't want that rush to caught them unaware. So that is how democracy is supposed to be. It is not when some people have been guided, some people have been choosing without acceptance of others. I think it's wrong. I think that is not democracy. I think that is autocracy. I think it is more oligarchy as well.
Well, what will happen is that by the time the election comes near and the candidates finally emerge, we'll get to understand that. Thank you, Honorable Malaja Oloye, for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, as the path to 2027 gradually unfolds, political ambition, party unity, and public expectations continue to intersect in the ways that will define the next chapter of Nigeria's democracy. Whether the ADC emerges as a unifying platform or a party tested by internal pressures, the decisions made today will echo far beyond the present political moment. Many thanks to my guest this morning, Honorable Malaja Oloye, APC Chieftain, for sharing his insight and perspectives on the important national conversations. And you have been watching The Big Story on Daybreak Live on Dominion Television Ibadan. Samson Balogun is my name. Stay informed, stay engaged. Up next is Trend Watch.